In World War II, the Axis powers, Germany, Italy and Japan, used the Enigma ciphering machines to encode their communications and to hide them from Allied powers. That is, until the Allied powers at Bletchley Park built the world's first programmable electronic computer, which they aptly named Colossus, to decipher these communications. The intelligence they generated from these enemy messages was considered more vital in the war effort than any other information gathered and was classified as ultra-secret. These secrets, only declassified in 1974, gave the Allies information on where and when enemy U-boats would attack Allied forces. But this information put the codebreakers in a terrible position. If they communicated the details of every upcoming attack, the enemy would soon know that their communications were being intercepted and deciphered, and they would change tactic, and the Allies would lose their advantage and possibly the war. Ultimately, senior generals had to decide which attacks they would allow to go ahead and which they would intercept. Thousands of lives were literally in their hands. Ending the war was the challenge they were addressing, not winning individual battles. Their intelligence, coupled with this tactic, was said to have shortened the war by at least 2 years, saving countless lives. Hang on, I realize you're probably not at war or in the military. But what if there isn't a problem and things are going so well for your organization that you simply want to capitalize on your success? Or you are faced with a challenging dilemma, like which project to back and which project to let go. Making sure that you identify the correct core objective of the challenge you are facing works the same as making sure you are solving the right problem. There are so many examples of organizations that get this wrong. The largest dairy producer in the US, Dean Foods, recently filed for bankruptcy. They knew they were in financial trouble for the last 2 years, and their senior leaders had devised a rigorous plan addressing their main challenge, that of inefficient cost structures. They slimmed down, took out costs, improved productivity to get dairy products to the consumer cheaper and faster. Yet, 2 years later, they still filed for bankruptcy. With hindsight, they realized that the challenge they were addressing was only a symptom of a bigger problem, one that is affecting many organizations right now, that of changing consumer preferences. The market for dairy products in the US has decreased dramatically over the last 2 years, and yet they never thought to adapt their product offering or to repurpose their tremendous distribution capabilities. And this is the very best and first place to start when making a decision, is actually making sure that you are addressing the right problem and not a symptom of something bigger. Perhaps that was your starting point? If it wasn't, I'd invite you to pop that as the very first starting point before gathering data or understanding the challenge. Because if you're solving the wrong challenge, no amount of analysis or data is going to lead to a good outcome.